Good evening, everybody. And this was, or maybe still be, the next build from Square Ghost, but I've had a little bit of a shock. I thought this was the clone of the original Lord of the Rings tower. So that's not the new one that's just come out, but the one that was before it. And I've opened it up with glee, sorted all the bags out, and as you know, I like to build digitally if I can because it helps me. And I know for an absolute fact, in the Lego set itself for the tower, you build a tree figure. It could even be Tree Beard. If I'm wrong about that, don't slap me. That's just me picking a name out of my memory. But this build and the instruction book, which I'm about to show you in a moment, is straight to the tower. It does include the making of, according to the book, 4 minifigs. I will let you take a look at the book, a closer look. Sorry for the bent page. That's just how it's come in the bag and how it's been posted. As you can see, it says Lord of the Rings 11250. No idea what that number is. I'm almost certain that figure and that flying bird is in the Lego set as well, so perhaps they've just missed the tree out. The back is pretty much the same. It does give dimensions of 42 centimeters across by 76 centimeters high. There's no width, but as you can see, it looks good, it looks great, and it's just shocked me a little bit about there's no tree beard. So perhaps this is a totally different mock. I don't know, and I won't know till I actually start to build it. But I wanted to do a Lord of the Rings set, a proper Lord of the Rings set. And you know, this is what it's going to be. And I've just got to calm down a little bit and get on with it, as they say. So there you can see that the bird thing is definitely connected. I'm pretty sure it's an eagle. It's the snowed out instructions of where things go. So how I'm going to get on with that, I don't know. We'll have to find out when we go. Number of pieces per section, quite a few by the looks of it, but this is what it's all about, isn't it? It's about living, learning and getting on with it. There's 100, if I can get out the shadow, 119 pages, 670 steps, which is a lot, and as you can see, some of this is quite intricate, detailed stuff. But, as you would say, it is what it is. It is a cheap clone set. Can't remember. I've had it for quite some while, to be honest, and I mean quite a few years. So, not that I can moan at all about it. There are 9 bags from what I can see. We have a bag full of plates, another bag full of plates with no numbers on, and then at least the bags are numbered. You can just about see some are worn off, 1, 2, 3, as you say, and so on. It is 4, you know, it is 5, it is 6, it is 7, it is 8, it is 9, So it is 9 parts, 9 segments. And I've got a feeling it's quite a big set. I think there's a good few thousand pieces here, and there's going to be some fun and games in sorting the set out, no doubt. But I've calmed down a bit now, and it's one of them things where if you don't try, you don't know. So there is your introduction to this Lord of the Rings tower. It is going to be, let's hope, a surprise and a really good and enjoyable build. I hope so anyway. And if you like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing, and I hope you're having fun like I am, then please click on that like button and drop a few comments in the box. Perhaps somebody actually knows what this set is, and have they just missed out tribute. We won't know till we actually get into the Lego plans and see if what's what, and of course I will report back to you when we start part 1. And if you want to follow us on to part 1, the other 9 parts of course, and then finally the review, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, anybody who's still with me, thank you for watching, do appreciate it. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So here we are. This was the first thing we had to do in the build, which was the minifix, and I'll try and turn him round. So as you can see, this was only really 3 pieces. This was the body, and then you just apply the 2 wings to the section of the eagle. Really looks really nice and good, I think. The next minifig we did, this is definitely going to be Gandalf, I believe, the white. Can't remember who the grey guy was, but if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you're going to know who he is. It's not Sauron, I don't think. Then you've got one of the underground dweller things, orcs, whatever. I don't think he's an orc. And then you've got another knight with a growling face, and you can see the orange yellow eyes. And then finally we've got this guy here who is absolutely looking absolutely horrible and terrible. I'll not turn him around so you can have a look at the back prints. So there you go, I've turned him around. More or less you can just see the white cloak and the grey cloak. That we have got a back, more horrible, terrifying face on the back of most of these minifigs. There's the one. A little bit of back panel in there, you can just about see the patination on his back with somewhat on the back of his head. Black top with just little bits of grey, nothing to shout about. And then finally you've got him here with his another angry face with a more or less skeleton backbone and body there. So there you go, there are your 5 minifigs and the eagle. There's no more minifigs, that's a lot. You build them up first of all like I did, then we got on with the build. So we're about 2/3 through part 1, and as you can see we've built a base plate which is going to turn into a Mars plate base, obviously for the tower. And I just wanted to show you really the solid brick on top before we start to put the big plates on over here and the side pieces. And I'm quite shocked when you can see that it's bigger than I thought it was going to be. So it's going to be an interesting build, step by step. You can see what it's like on the book. That's what I'm going by. So let's get plating, and at least you've seen the base before the plates go on. So the base plate itself is complete, and we're now going to start tiling as we're coming to the end of part 1. And we have had a couple of pieces missing, which I'll point out later. Nothing too terminal, but well, let's hope it doesn't carry on all the way through the set. Let's get on with the tiling. I like tiling. So part 1 is done of the Lord of the Rings Tower. On my bag that it came in, it says Orcs Tower. So what if this mock is called Orcs Tower? I don't know. It is a mock because of the base plate. It is open backed, but it does close up. So there's more confusing for you. Like I showed you, we built it up nice and steady. That's a nice view, actually. Sides. So we Mars plated it basically to make it for the tower to stand on, and believe me, it's going to be a big baby. I was just looking at the dimensions. It says the dimensions on the back of the book, and it says it's 76 centimeters tall. That's over 2 foot. That's pretty big, with a base of 42 centimeters. Well, you can see there's the base. Like I say, we Mars plated it on the inside. I did show you. You can see all the plates on the bottom there that went in. Okay, lovely jubbly and all that. Sorry about that. Trouble with one of the bricks that just keeps popping out there. It's only connected by a 1x2 that fits into the plate, so obviously any pressure on this brick and it just pops out. So but back to where I was. So once the actual 2x6 big bricks went in, then it was just a matter of really plating over, which we did. Now let's talk about plates. When you look at the book, the colours are absolutely dreadful. You cannot distinguish between grey and this tapioca brown, this dark sand colour. It's not the sand brick at all, but you know what I'm saying, don't you? So you don't know what's what. I'm pretty sure that I've got a number of plates that are in the wrong order, but in saying that, it doesn't really matter because the base is just the base, and once the tower's on, I don't think anybody's going to take any notice. It pretty much matches up side to side, but again, just being nitpicking, if you like, the instructions aren't clear enough. I think I've said before, not that this has anything to do with the base plates and the colours. I don't like saturated plans where they saturate all the other parts out and then they just print basically to colour what parts go in. I mean, I know a lot of people say there's nothing wrong with that, and it's just a personal preference. But I personally don't like it. But we're going along nice and steady. It's took a good hour and a half maybe to get to the stage where we are, if not a little bit longer. Again, not rushed at all. Once the actual plates were on and the sides, we also put these sides on. Now we did have a brick, and I'll show you exactly which part it was. It was one of these slopes here. Now I actually think it was that one, but it doesn't matter. That's the size I'm showing you. I'm pretty sure that something stands on top of these structures later, and it was basically one of these where it fits across like that. And it was a question of either having something off the side missing or not being able to stand something when we built up on later. And for what it was, I took it apart. I thought it's better to have the thing. We can pose the castle in any way, shape or form. It might be this side here, look, where there's a little gap here. In fact, I would bet to my life bottom dollar that's where it came from. But nevertheless, part missing. Once that was on, once the actual plates are on and they're a nice snug fit, you have to push quite hard. You can actually hear them pop to the bricks, which I do like. Oh, sorry again about that. This piece, as I was just turning it around, that just popped out, so you can tell it's only connected by one stud. So I have a feeling once this is made And just imagine the 2-foot tower on top of here. It's going to be a nightmare to carry and shift without everything falling off the edges. But that'll be interesting to see. But anyway, as I was saying, once the plates were on, they popped on. We did the edges and everything. We filled everything in as we had to. These ends here filled in. Same with that in there. Basically, all 4 ends were filled in. There you go again with the patination. So then the plates was all done. I believe I did show you a picture of it before we started to plate. And then we plated up this intricate pattern. And it basically plates up like that. That's the actual shot of the plates. First of all, you build that little section, you build across, so you've got like a sort of T across here, across here, and then up. I made a little mistake and did them that way. I had to take them all out and put them 4 studs across. That was just me being wrong. Then finally you put up this intricate little bit of tiling, it's all grey. One there. Same sort of patination on the other, no different whatsoever. And basically that was that. Everything done. Little bit of patination there as it goes up and down, as you can see. And believe me or believe me not, that basically is the base plate completely done. There's nothing else that goes on top of the plate, as in the plate. Yes, there's little bits that go on here, like I said. There's one there and one the other side, and one there, I believe. I think there's 3, maybe 4. But now, as of bag 2, which is not bag 2, because like I say, it is bag 2. Shut up. And part 2. And the bags there are 2. We are now tower building, and like I say, I think this is going to get nitty gritty, quite hard, quite keep your wits about it. Don't cock it up, if you pardon the expression. And it's been good. I've had good fun doing it. I've growled and tutty when I put stuff in the wrong place, but that's my fault. I have to pay more close attention to the plans, and I will. So if you do like what you are seeing and you like what you're hearing, this should be a very, very interesting build, this Lord of the Rings tower. Barad Dur, even it doesn't say Barad Dur on the book or anything like that. It's just entitled Lord of the Rings, like I said. But if you want to see it go up, if you want to see it go block by block, section by section, bags by bags, then please give us a thumbs up and give us a like. Drop a comment in the box what you think. Have you made this yourself? Do you actually know what this set is? I actually, like I say, I bought it a long time ago. I'm talking, I reckon 3 years it sat upstairs in the loft. And I've waited for the right time to do a Lord of the Rings set, and now was the time that I wanted to do one. So I've got it down and I've decided to do it, and no regrets. Let's get in, let's see if we can get this tower up. And like I say, if you like what I'm doing, which is good, if you want to follow us to the end of this journey and see the complete creation of Barad Dur, if it is Barad Dur, even though the bag was called Orcs Tower, then please click on that subscribe button. So if you've watched this far, thank you very, very much. I know it's a lot to take in on this part 1, this very first part. Building up a Mars plate base, plating over and then tiling over that. It's a lot to do for what it is without actually really starting the build, as in the build of the tower, of course, I'm on about. It was nice to do the minifigs. Everything's done now, and then we really can get stuck into the part that really matters, which is tower. So thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you in the next one, I hope. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and we'll see you all on the flip side. So we've just done the base foundations for the tower, and I've got to be honest and say straight up front here, it's been a nightmare, because at one point I nearly jacked this complete setting. That's how bad it was. Basically I had missing parts. I had a couple of missing parts to start, and okay, these things happen, and then like I had 20-30 missing parts, and that was it. So I thought I'll check my bags and see if other parts are in, whatever. Couldn't find nothing, absolutely, again almost in the bin. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to go through the bags again, really close scrutiny. And I went through, and I noticed then that some of the bags, the numbers just are not clear. I even took them to my wife Jill. This is how bad it was. And I said, Jill, can you tell me, or can you make out what that number is? And even she struggled. I said, I'm looking for bag 2, and she was looking, and she said, well, it looks like a 3, it could be an 8, it could be a 2. And I sort of looked at the pieces and thought, well, that looks roughly what I sort of want. I opened it up, and then sure enough, all these parts on the table, not the big plates, all the little blacks over there, the black 1x6s, the greys, all them was in this bag. And I've used some already for this piece. Anyway, I'm waffling on too long, but I just wanted to say it's the bags are not labelled up right, or they are labelled up right, I'll rephrase that, but it's not clear enough. The identification for each bag is not clear enough, and in many ways now I'm dreading parts 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, let's see if we can finish this part 2 first. It looks like it's going to be an epic build, but God, it's been an absolute struggle. Sorry for that. I just wanted to show you the base plate anyway. It opens up, as you can see, nicely fit together with the swinging axis, and we're now going to plate over this as, you know, as another Mars plate. So there we go. See you in a bit. So here is the plate done, the Mills plate. Why do I keep calling it a Mars plate? I've got no idea, but it is a Mills plate. Split into 2 halves, nice solid base for the interior. Now we've got the parts, everything's come together fine, no problems, no worries. Just wanted to show you before we start building up. I will just give you the quick base look. There you go, nothing special. Let's get building on it. Let's start the tower. So in part 2 we're just about to start to build the sides up now, and I just thought I would show you a few of the Easter eggs. We started off by the gold and the silver bullion, which I thought was nice. Once it's built on, you probably will struggle to see it. We then did the bone, the skeleton head, and if you can see, there's another bone there. There's some nice barrels. In fact, one has gone missing. Here we go. There's a loaf of bread in the barrel. Sorry for that. And then finally, we have on the cooking pot, we have the turkey with the red and green apple. So I just wanted to show you before we started building up. There you go. So here we are, coming towards the end of part 2, and talk about overkill. This has been amazing. I just thought I'd show you the ins. Nice shiny black plates, looks really good. There you got your gold bullion again. You've got your turkey and your apples. Don't know what this mechanism is yet, but we'll find out what that is as we come. There's our bread basket, and we've got 2 fish behind. You can just about see the fishes there. But what I really wanted to do was just to show you we're about now to plate this ready for the second floor. So I just wanted you to get that overview, that look before we actually do it. Right, let's get plating. So there you go, the plates are on and we're covered. One thing I will show you is this here. Now it doesn't stop up, as you can see. I think if I roll this back, that piece there should stay up, but it doesn't. To hold it in place, you would turn it and then the trapdoor would swing. But it's loose, it doesn't. I have fitted it correctly, so oh well, carry on. Let's get building on. So part 2, bags 2 are done, and we start to see the shape of the tower. Now, I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm going to try not to make this last too long, but there we go. So we built up. Let's get this open. I think I did show you this open before. That is what you get. So we obviously built up the bottom parts, as you know, as I showed you. Again, I'm just showing you nice and tight here how it went round. Putting these connector pins, which will be for the dark black fins later. And then basically we just put up with some plates. I mean, if you look, things like these are plates. These are 1x1 pillars. You can now see the shape and the look of some of the arches. Those are the angles though, but it does look good. You can see in there, you can see the bone now through the railings. That looks quite good. You've got the bone, you've got the skeleton head, you've got the reflection of the black tile in the back, which I think looks fantastic. There's that like sort of a brown pooey hair piece thing at the bottom of that one. We've got our box covered now the way I did show you earlier. You can't see the gold bars, or you can just about, but not a lot really. And then we continue to build along. You can see the fishes, the barrels, you can see the loaf of bread. You can also see, as we built along the second level, I'm just on about this now, everything went on top a lot better than I thought it would. We then had to install this here. It should stay up. It should, and I did show you earlier, there is a, I can't get it to turn, yes I can, that should stay up like that. I'm holding the actual rod now. As soon as I let it go, that's the idea. I think if somebody steps on it, it would go down. But that's just one little thing. Other than that, everything else went fine. You can see the bottles under the table, which I thought was nice. These cones, yet we don't know. And then, like you say, we started to build on these top sections here, all the way around, corner pieces. Nice little green vase there, or whatever, or bottle with the top on. We've got 2 bottles again with a saucepan. And that was that. And I mean, I'm just shutting up again just for the final actual things. Was this black edge that went all the way around again, and that was the end of that. I believe in part 3 we build up another section and then it goes to the plate. It's been a very, very thought-provoking, enjoyable build. I mean, I'm not going to say I've not enjoyed it, because I'd be lying. I have had me bits and pieces, like I say, when the bag was missing, but it just goes to show that you can miss things. And I'm looking forward now to building this tower up to its massive height of around about 2 foot, and see where we go when it's like on the base plate. That should be very, very interesting. So with that, I hope you like what you've been watching, what you've been seeing. I hope you will, if you have the time, please give us that like. Give us, you know, push that like button, drop a few comments in the box, because it makes all the difference to my channel and the, you know, how it gets noticed on YouTube. And if you want to follow us on to part 3 and beyond, and other builds that will come after this, please click on that subscribe button. Anybody who has watched us up to this point and beyond, thank you very, very much for watching. And you know the drill. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So we're coming to the end of part 3, and it's just been basic building really. That's why I've not done any real little videos, but I just thought I would show you what we've done at the top. And you can see we're just starting to plate. I put the first one on, I thought now we'll wait and we'll show everybody, including myself, what we've actually done before we plate. And there you go. Nothing else to see, nothing else to say. I'll see you in a bit. So here is the completion of part 3, bags 3. And you can see that we have built up the second part of the tower, and we'll get into what we've actually done as I just spin round and show you the way. So let's get in. It opens easy enough, although it's a lot easier obviously with one hand. So we obviously took off where we took on, started from the bottom more or less, and built up with what we've got. And it was, as I said to you, standard building techniques. You can see the blocks at the back. That's how we built up. And then we did put in little things inside, like colourful bottles. We've got a little school there. You can see the pot, 2 empty bottles on the thing. We met this lovely little door that opens like that. I think that's quite good, which is at an angle. Another little table there with a goblet and 2 more glasses. We have banner things but with no banners. We do have the little figures, or whatever they are, little statues if you like. Another banner thing with no stickers. No stickers in this book, so makes me think as if it's a mock or something, even though it shows in the plans that there should be stickers. But it's the same with Les DIY. Not saying that this set is from Les DIY, because it isn't, but the same idea about the stickers. Again, like I say, there's a little cone at the back you can just see in there. You can see the decoration at the back. I'll zoom in. We've got 2 more bottles, little struts, 2 barrels, and then we built this wonderful little light design, which is quite fun. with the candles. I guess they're a sort of candle effect, if you like, with the lights going upwards, which is okay, which is good. What I will say is, and I'm going to shut it up again for the moment, if you look at this particular piece here, that is roughly where the light fitting fits on. Once everything was built up, I did show it without the plates on, then we plated. But I will show you something else. There's a lot of greeble in here. You can see, if I come in close here, these are all 1x1 tiles with little marks on, and they go all the way around the tower. These are just the hinges that it opens. Those are the two doors that you saw that I opened on the inside.
Right.
Yeah. And then you see everything is correct. Opens perfectly, no problems with that. And there it is. These studs on these tiles here will be obviously for the next floor. So there it is, done, dusted, finished, and quite well done. I will quickly add the plans for me are overload. They're too small, it needs padding out more so as you can actually get to see. There's no digital, so you're building by the book, but there's that many sections per page. I think it's too much. Anyway, with that, if you like what you're seeing and what we are doing, and I will open up again just to give you that little look, then please hit that like button, give us a like, drop some comments in the box what you think of the set, what do you think of the little interiors. I do like how this set opens and closes. I think that's a great idea. Then you can pose it how you want. You can pose it with the open side, or you can pose it when it's shut. So it'll be interesting as we build up the set. And if you want to follow us on to the next level, which is level 4, and I believe, I will shut again, I believe it's all, or the majority of it, is about decoration around all the sides of the lower end of the tower, unless I'm wrong, which I'm laughing. But anyway, I'm digressing. If you want to see us on the next level, which would be level 4 bag 4s, then please click on that subscribe button. With that, I'm not going to hang about, I'm not going to hold on. It's been an interesting build, stressful in places, but we're still going, which is quite good in my book. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So, I'm hoping you can see here, this is the start of part 4, and as you can see, we built up one of those side panels that I was thinking next time. Now, I don't know if you can see in this light, that's better, isn't it? There you go. So you can see it's 2 plates, basically a 10x6 and an 8x6. They're married together by that square there, and then you just build on top. You can see I am struggling here with the lights. What I want to show you, you can just about see it there. I hope you can see the bend of the things. You can see the bend of the outside one there, and believe me, the other one is exactly the same, and it's a flat one at the end. Sorry about the poor lighting, not good. There you are, there's your 2 plates, as I said, all made up nice. So that's the first one of many to come, and there's quite a few of these plates to get on, so let's get it on to the tower. I just thought I'd show you. I can't believe how seamlessly that's just slipped on. I just pushed it up, pushed it next to the studs. It was studs like this for the other side, as you probably saw in the other video. And it just went click, and it's on. It's done. Seamless. What the hell? As I say, it's seamless. It's on. It's done. You can just about see the curves there. And I know next we build up this side here. So let's get on with it. So just to show you very quickly, the other side is on. The lighting's not good, so I'm sorry about that. But you can see there, it definitely is connected. If I turn it around slightly, the lighting is dreadful, but it's there, I promise you. And it's down the other side there, so the two sides there, you can see the other side and just about the slight bend of that fin there. But I just wanted to show you that it's on, and we'll get them on. We'll go on to complete all the way around, I believe, and then we'll get it on the gurney and turntable, and we'll take a closer and better look. So just another show again. This is another side piece, but this time there's only it's better. There's only two fins, as you can see. The light there is good, and just what I wanted to show you, other than the other three pins that you've been seeing on the other versions. Okay, let's get it on. So very quickly again, I just wanted to show you, this is a one fin. So we've had a 3 fin, a 2 fin, and now a 1 fin. So just you can see how it is, how it shows up in the light. You can just about see the curves there, which is good enough for me. And let's get it onto the tower. So now we've just made a little stair section that goes into the tower. Sorry for the little bit of a delay. There you can see it just goes into the 2 X's. I'll show you the point at the tower in a minute where it just clicks on. Then we go back 2 more sides. Just wanted to show you. So just showing you and picking on what I've just showed with the staircase. It just fits onto the 2 X rods there, and then you'll have the staircase sticking out. So we've just made up 2 pretty big sides again, same sort of building up of the plates, building up, and then the slopes on top, as you can see, slope down again. That's the reverse look of it from the other way. Lovely slope. It is lovely and sleek. You can actually see the shape there, which is really good, and you can see the shape there as well, which I really like. They're quite solid. You can see the plates on the bottom, you know, they're not going anywhere. Ends are built nicely. Same with that one, sorry for the shadow, but you can see, I believe that's where they're going, right on the ends, but we'll soon find out. Right, let's crack on. So there it is, the completion of part 4. And wow, has it been an absolute, well, what can I say? It is. I mean, just look at that. The stairs up to the doors. You can see a bit better with the light there. Sorry about the dim light. But look at the detail. We have and it's not there, but I will see if I can find it. So we built the fins up like I showed you. Everything's fitted on fine. We've only got problems really with one. And Ah, okay. Perhaps they weren't missing. I thought there was some pieces missing, but I'm obviously not. So that's just me having a little, you know, funny thing. So all the sides have been on. And that's all we've been doing is side making. And I think that, is it this one? Or is it this one? Oh dear me. Wait a minute. So here you go, I've actually found it now. That is the front. You can see the decoration of the, look at the definition of the tower, and yet, if I can just do it, yeah, it swings open. There is the piece that sticks on, and there it is. It's just fell off. Oh, that's so funny. But at least there you can actually see where it connects. I'm not going to cut that out because I think it shows you what's going on and what it connects by, and I'm just going to reconnect it. There you go, bit of jiggery pokery, and it is done. And I'm going to do it again because I want to. So there you can see the actual side definition, and I am going to attempt with the better light, just showing you the definition of the tower and the pieces. That, right, I did say to you that there was a couple of pieces missing. There is a couple of pieces missing because I've just found it. These long curved fins here, there's two missing. There should be one there and one there, if you can see, to create the effect. I've checked everything so far, unless they come up later in the box, which I don't know. They're not in the bag as it seems. Everything else is there, everything else is complete, but that is the only thing missing. Now, what do I think? I think this looks absolutely fantastic. I think for the decoration, for the amount of, it's not exactly greebling, is it? It's decorative brickwork, but boy does it, when you get up close, camera does not do it justice unless you can look in the light like that and see the stairs and the door. Look at that. I mean, it is absolutely, that's all we've been doing for the last, it's been a good hour, if not two. And like I say, I think it's absolutely brilliant. So now, the moment of truth, we have to mount this to the plate, and then that is the end, complete end of part 4, and then part 5 is the structures that go on top. So without any further ado, let's get it mounted. So guys and girls and ghosties, look at that. That's it, it's mounted, it's on, and wow, what's all I've got to say is wow. I mean, this might have ended up being a long section, but it is really good. It's solid to build on. It took me a bit to figure out where it had got to fix it in on the plate, but you'll see that these stairs line up perfectly with the zigzag, which is absolutely brilliant. And then I'm not going to do it now, probably with one hand. In fact, I'm going to open it and then come back again. When you actually open it, the end does actually drag a little bit on the side, but, and again I need two hands to do it, if you raise the bottom slightly it will go all the way, as I'll show you. There you go, I've just pushed it and it opens up quite far. Is that not good or what? Well, if you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing, this is the end of part 4. There is a light brick, it doesn't tell you what it's for, just in case anybody wonders what's on the top. But if you do like to see us If you do like what you're hearing and seeing, please click that like button. Drop a few comments in the box for me. What do you think of this set? Does it look good or does it look pants? No, actually, for once I'm going to say it. I think it looks fantastic. There's a lot of work gone into it, and I'm only on bag 4, so we're not halfway through yet. But it really, it's worth it. I'm glad I stuck with it. I'm glad that I did what I've got to do, and absolutely amazing. So, as I've been saying, if you want to see how next one is half the building, I think, and then the next one is the next half the building before we finally get to the top. I think there's quite a bit to go on. Don't forget, this is a good 2 foot in size. If you do want to see it, and if you want to see what comes after and what builds we've got later, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, you know what I'm going to say. My name's Kev. Thank you anybody who's watched so far all the way to the end. Do appreciate that. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So, as you can see, we've just this minute started part 5 of the Orc Tower, and I just thought I'd show you. We built up a little base place, but the first thing we built was this little section here. It will be the end of the tower. I think you can just about see the plating with the lighting that I've got. Sorry about the lighting, not a lot I can do about that, but at least you can see that way. You can see the sort of rounded 1x2s, the dark browns. We've got a brown plate, a 2x, is it 2x6? It's a 2x4. It's a 2x4, I do beg your pardon. And then you've got this lovely slopes around the outside. You can basically see here they go all along. Same again the other side, so that looks good there. One stutter there for something. The other stutter there is covered by this shaped brick here. So with that, let's get building on the plate. So we've just got a little build up here. It is supposed to be on the slight slant. It is supposed to be a printed tile. You can just about see it there. Of course, we've got no stickers, but we're going to cover it now with this 2x6, so you won't see that after. I thought I'd just show you. So I just thought I'd show you again. We've made up this little intricate crystal ball pot here, just worthy of looking. You can see the hexagon sides that we've sort of made up, if that makes a better sort of shape and size of what it can see, with the 2 struts on the bottom. There you can just see at the top and at the bottom, and then this is going to be fitted into there. So again, I just thought I'd show you again here. Look, we've got another lovely book rack with a funny cut, with the not funny colours but nice colours, the reds, the creams, and we've got that black hook claw, whatever that's for, and a purple with a brown end. It doesn't actually fit anything, it's free floating. And then of course we've got the green bottle. Now we're going to put a brown top over that in a second, so just showing it again before we put it on. So there you have it, the completion of part 5 and the first side to the second or the first floor of the tower that fits on the ground level. I have got to fit it in a minute, but I just thought I would show you the actual module on its own first. I do apologise for the dreadful lighting, but it is what it is. Hopefully once we get on to the main building, the main tower, we can do. Basically, as I showed you, we had the plates, we built our way up. Nice little chair thing there that you can actually see now, that's nice, that where people would sit, etc. We have our gazing ball and books in the background, another little cup, more books in the bottom as I showed you, and then we basically just built our way up to the level, and then we built round again. It's a hollow, in other words it's not really solid. The walls just go around, you can see the horn structures, walls go around again, you can see there, that's a nice shot of the horns. Actually you can see all the horns, which is really nice. And we just built up, these are slopes, as you can see, big slopes, small slopes as well, just to give it that definition. And like I say, it took us a good, well over an hour. It took me well over an hour to do this particular section. I'm going to now mount it to the bottom of the tower, and then we'll pick up again. So there it is in all its glory. It's fitted on, it's in, it's done the business. And you know what I can say, look at that. It is stunning in the light. You can see the books, you can see the bed, you can see the globes, and look at that. I'm just going to take it away a little bit. You can see the light. Look at the definition down here. More definition at the top now for the first half. It is looking absolutely superb. I'm so impressed actually, you know. I didn't think it would be anywhere near as good as this, and well, it's proved me wrong, hasn't it? It's absolutely stunning. And with this, what I will say now, before I turn off and before I forget, if you do like what you're seeing, if you want to see the next section where this next part will be fitted again, it will open up as the bottom part did before, please give us a like, click that like button and drop a few comments in the box, always appreciated. And like I say, if you do want to see the end of this, you know, the next section and the actual end of this build, which is, we're quite a bit away, we're on bag 6 next I believe, and there's 9 parts altogether, so we'll have 6 will be the next, and then we'll see where and how we go from there. Then please click on that subscribe button. Like I say, we've got some lovely builds coming up in the future after this, but right now it's concentrating on this, and you know, you've got to concentrate, but it's well worth it. I've got to be honest, it's, in many ways it surprised me. I was a little bit frightened at first with the bags and terrified of missing parts that weren't missing parts just because I hadn't sorted out right. But now we're here, we're going, and you know, we're over halfway now, which is absolutely brilliant. Right, with that, you know what I'm going to say. My name's Kev. Yes, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So here we are at the end of part 6. We've built up the other side to the tower first level, and it's been quite an enjoyable build. Nothing really to shout about for many or any short videos. You can see the decoration of the, whatever you want to call them, curved horn pieces, like Viking helmet horns I call them, even though the build itself, nothing really to scream about. And those curved fences there, we've got the arch is there. Inside, quite interesting, we have these two light orbs. They don't light up in any way, but they just stand up on their cases. We have a thing here, like a, whether it be an altar or something like that, also inside. Again, built just on a normal base plate. I mean, I think you can see, I mean, they're just obviously pieces, but other than that, it's just normal blocks. They've got like that's a 1x1 tile with the strut on, where you put the little flat 1x1 on. And again, it is what it is. You can see the 2x1 with the lines in that give it the definition of the tower. Two more horns, as I say, and it looks, like I say, it looks very good. It looks very daunting. There's your look from the top. And basically, like I say, it took me a good hour again. Like I say, maybe an hour and a half even. I don't rush my builds. I'm building from a book and not the screen. I do prefer digital plans. So all I have to do now really to finish off this particular section, this part 6, is to actually stick it to the tower. And we're going to do that next, and then we'll just show you that little bit more. So there you have it on, like I've said. The other part also is on as well, as you can see as we spin round, and that is how it is. It is very good, and I will open up now and show. And there you have the top part open, which is the other side. That's the part that we've just been working on, as you can see, with the orbs, the thing in the back, and it's all fitted on nicely and okay. We had to do a bit of jingle jangle, as you would say that, but it's on and it's up. Bag 7 will be the next side, bag 8 the next, and then finally the top will be bag 9, or bags 9 I should say. So I will just say now, if you do like what you're seeing and what you're hearing, please give us that thumbs up, drop some comments in the box, only if you want to. And if you want to follow us on this journey to the next stage, which, like I say, will be stage 7, part 7, and onward onto other builds, please click on that subscribe button. And like I say, I'm not going to dawdle about. You know the drill, you know the score. My name is Kev. Yes, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So hello, here we are again with part 7, bags 7, and we're on the next level up, which will be the second floor of the tower, one of the sides. And I just thought again I would show you the actual base that we are going to build on. Again, just the same plates, few bricks on top, some cylinder bricks as I call them. Colouring looks nice. I will flip it over for you. There you go. That's what it looks like the other side. Interesting, enjoyable, and let's get building on top. Here I am back after a longish break, really, about a week. Had some time off and then not feeling too well, but I'm back now, I'm okay. And it's the end of part 7, bag 7, with 2 parts to go, 2 bags to go. And what can I say about this? At times I nearly threw this in the bin. You can see when I showed you in the last video, I actually just, the base was just built. That was fine. There was no problems with it. Everything looked okay. And then we started to build. We put the little back in. You can see the decoration there with the torches. There is a pot, and I know it's dark before anybody says anything. But then we started to build up, as I said. It's a dark set, it's black brick, so I know it's hard to pick up on the camera. But we started to build up. And first of all, we have stability issues on both sides. The end bricks rest on, let's say you have a 2x6 brick, it will only sit and build on one side of the brick. So you're only using that one instead of two studs. It's okay to begin with, but as you begin to climb, it gets unstabler and stabler. Now, we had 1x1s here for the delicate archworks. You can just about see the arch starting where my finger is and coming round. So inflexible, so hard to put the plating on. Not anything really underneath to actually plate to, so you have to be careful as you press, because you're pressing on more or less a, you know, a framework. That's the word I am looking for. But we trialled and errored, we built up, and then we come here. I think if I can just, there you go. You can just about see the half an arch here where I'm pointing. We built up. There should be another half an arch that comes down here. I actually built it. Put it on, it was okay, and then I came to putting the plating across the top. The whole tower shattered. Absolute nightmare. It shattered. It came down in pieces. Managed to find everything except that half of the arch. Do you know I've looked everywhere? I bet I looked for an hour. Under the tables, under the, you know, my workbench that I'm working on now. Looked on the shelves around me, looked on the desk, looked around the back, looked if it flew off in some other direction. Is it underneath the rotunda? No. I gave up. I haven't got a replacement piece, so I've just built on around it. Like I say, with great difficulty after rebuilding, we did manage to get it back in one piece. And then you start to build the upstairs little bits. And as you can see, there's a little table. There's supposed to be a printed tile there, but I think I said to you before, there's no stickers. There's a bed. There's a couple of lights again. You can see there's two at the back of the bed there. Once that's all in, we build up the sides, and then finally we get to the top. You can see the shape. You can see, let me just say again, I'm very, very disappointed with the fragility. It's far, far more fragile than those that I've done the first two levels, and I know that the next bag there is another level on top. That's wrong what I've just said there, because obviously you're talking rubbish, Kevin. We're going to do the other side to this that will fit next to it on the actual tower itself. Then we do another, this will be bag 9. There's another couple of sections there that will be smaller before you get the large wing-like feature, if they're wings or whatever you want to call them, at the end of the tower. So what I've got to do now is just get this to the tower, get it fitted firmly, and I'll show you how it looks. So as you can see, it's on nice and safely. I will give it the little spin for you, and you know, like I say, we will build up the other side for the next part 8, which will fit next. You can see it's going to be quite a big thing. It does look okay. Of course, this will open as with the other pieces. Let's see if I can give you that. You can see now the actual size of the thing, how big it is. You know, it's bigger, nearly bigger than my monitor, so that's amazing, really. And with that, you know, it's time for me to go and build some more. If you do like what you see, and even though I'm moaning now and again about this build, especially this particular level, I hope the other side is a lot better, then please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, drop some comments in the box about what you think of the build, what you think, you know, is it good enough? Is it me really that's a load of pants? Which is quite possible. I'm not going to moan at that. And if you want to follow us on to part 8 and things that come after, obviously the last part being part 9 and the review, followed by some lovely things to come. I think we've got a pan loss set coming next. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's correct. You know what I'm going to say. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So hello, here we are again with part 7, bags 7, and we are on the next level up, which will be the second floor of the tower, one of the sides. And I just thought again I would show you the actual base that we are going to build on. Again, just the same plates, few bricks on top, some cylinder bricks as I call them. Colouring looks nice. I will flip it over for you. There you go. That's what it looks like the other side. Interesting, enjoyable, and let's get building on top. Here I am back after a longish break, really, about a week. Had some time off and not feeling too well, but I'm back now, I'm okay. And it's the end of part 7, bag 7, with 2 parts to go, 2 bags to go. And what can I say about this? At times I nearly threw this in the bin. You can see when I showed you in the last video, I actually just, the base was just built. That was fine. There was no problems with it. Everything looked okay. And then we started to build. We put the little back in. You can see the decoration there with the torches. There is a pot. And I know it's dark before anybody says anything. But then we started to build up, as I said. It's a dark set, it's black bricks, so I know it's hard to pick up on the camera. But we started to build up. And first of all, we have stability issues on both sides. The end bricks rest on, let's say you have a 2x6 brick, it will only sit and build on one side of the brick. So you're only using that one instead of 2 studs. It's okay to begin with, but as you begin to climb, it gets unstabler and stabler. Now, we had 1x1s here for the delicate archworks. You can just about see the arch starting where my finger is and coming round. So inflexible, so hard to put the plating on. Not anything really underneath to actually plate to, so you have to be careful as you press, because you're pressing on more or less a, you know, a framework. That's the word I am looking for. But we trialled and errored, we built up, And then we come here. I think if I can just, there you go. You can just about see the half an arch here where I'm pointing. We built up. There should be another half an arch that comes down here. I actually built it. Put it on, it was okay. And then I came to putting the plating across the top. The whole tower shattered. Absolute nightmare. It shattered. It came down in pieces. Managed to find everything except that half of the arch. Do you know I've looked everywhere? I bet I looked for an hour. Under the tables, under the, you know, my workbench that I'm working on now. Looked on the shelves around me, looked on the desk, looked around the back, looked if it flew off in some other direction. Is it underneath the rotunda? No, I gave up. I haven't got a replacement piece, so I've just built on around it. Like I say, with great difficulty after rebuilding, we did manage to get it back in one piece. And then you start to build the upstairs little bits. And as you can see, there's a little table. There's supposed to be a printed tile there, but I think I said to you before, there's no stickers. There's a bed. There's a couple of lights again. You can see there's two at the back of the bed there. Once that's all in, we build up the sides, and then finally we get to the top. You can see the shape. You can see, let me just say again, I'm very, very disappointed with the fragility. It's far, far more fragile than those that I've done the first two levels. And I know that the next bag, there is another level on top. That's wrong what I've just said there, because obviously you're talking rubbish, Kevin. We're going to do the other side to this that will fit next to it on the actual tower itself. Then we do another, this will be bag 9. There's another couple of sections there that will be smaller before you get the large wing-like feature, if they're wings or whatever you want to call them, at the end of the tower. So what I've got to do now is just get this to the tower, get it fitted firmly, and I'll show you how it looks. So, as you can see, it's on nice and safely. I will give it the little spin for you, and you know, like I say, we will build up the other side for the next part, part 8, which will fit next. You can see it's going to be quite a big thing. It does look okay. Of course, this will open as with the other pieces. Let's see if I can give you that. You can see now the actual size of the thing, how big it is. You know, it's bigger, nearly bigger than my monitor, so that's amazing, really. And with that, you know, it's time for me to go and build some more. If you do like what you see, and even though I'm moaning now and again about this build, especially this particular level, I hope the other side is a lot better, then please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, drop some comments in the box about what you think of the build, what you think, you know, is it good enough? Is it me really that's a load of pants? Which is quite possible. I'm not going to moan at that. And if you want to follow us on to part 8 and things that come after, obviously the last part being part 9 and the review, followed by some lovely things to come. I think we've got a Panlos set coming next. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's correct. You know what I'm going to say. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So this is a quickie. This is part 8, and we've, as you can see, we've built and started to build the up structure of the walls and the innards of the other side of the tower, of the second floor. And I just wanted to say that there you go. We're going to now start to plate over so you wouldn't see what was underneath. That was all I was going to say. There you go. That's enough. Thank you very much. See you soon. So we've just finished off building up this little section that's going to fit on the top. I think it'll be an addition to the first floor. And I must be honest, and I like the building technique. How it goes across. The 1 in 3 here, how it connects. There's a gap in the middle there, but it connects the two parts to hold it together. And you know, I'm quite impressed. So far so good. Now let's get it onto the tower and see where we go. Just worthy of note, I had some problems aligning up these sections here because the arches are floating, if you like, and there's one stutter bricks. You can't really see in the light, just about see the curve there, can't you? You've got to be really careful. And I'll be honest, when I got it on the first time I was so happy, and then I realised I got it on the wrong way around, which... But anyway, I turned it round, fiddled and fiddled, and at least it's on now. Let's get on with it. I can't remember if I showed this, so I'm going to show it again anyway, just for the hell of it. It won't matter for a few seconds. Just a bit of decoration, I think. I don't think it really does anything, but this part that I've just made up here, this wall part, fits here. Now obviously you can see, once it's going to be fitted, you're not going to see. So I just thought I'd show you before I did it. So there you have it. That is the end of the actual side build for part 8, bag 8. Sorry for the poor lighting, it is a little bit poor, I admit, but you can see just about enough to see how we did. It went together better than the other side, if I'm being absolutely honest and truthful. Whether it was because I knew where I could push and what to do, I don't know. Some nice little knickknacks, as you can see. There should be a book with the transfer there. As I've said, there's no transfers, which is unfortunate. Like the flames there burning and stuff like that. I think that's really, really nice. In the lower section, I think I did show it before, you've got the helmet, you've got a turny thing here that does nothing. Well, it's just a piece, actually, it isn't a turny thing. And that goes like that. I mean, if you look at that for what it is, it's absolutely fine. Is it me? I don't know. I mean, I've got a little bit of a shake, as I've said before, quite openly, and maybe that puts me at a slight disadvantage when I'm putting fiddly things together. But in saying that, I don't think I've got that much of a shake where it just makes things disintegrate, because it doesn't. I mean, you've seen the things that I've built before, so no, I actually, you know, it's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, it's not a stable build, far from it. All black and grey, as you can see, with the odd bit of brown. But other than that, there you go. From a look down, I think that's worth a look. I don't know. All we've got to do with it now with this is to mount it to the thing, to the main tower, and then we've got the last little block to fit on top for the last part in part 9, and then it's finished. So without further ado, I'll just quickly stop, hopefully mount it to the tower okay, and then I'll continue with this video. Well, it's on when it's not sitting flush. I don't like it. It's okay here, it's connected here lovely. If I gently spin it round, you can just about see the gap where I'm pointing. If I try and pull it back, it doesn't want it. So I'm going to have a think about this and see where it goes. Then I'll shut it up, and then we'll slowly but surely finish the video off. So that is as best as I can get it. It's on, it's seated. I would not like to push any more. part that'll go on top will sit, and then we'll just see. In regards to moving it, I think it'll be pretty scary. I think again, it's not seated right there. It seats at the front, it doesn't seat at the back, so there's obviously an alignment issue. It's not my alignment issue. I think it's to do with the quality of brick. Obviously this isn't Lego, and I think that is one of the problems. I think, you know, sometimes the plates are a little bit out. I mean, I know I've heard people mention this before. If anybody's built this tower, and like I say, it's not the Lego version, as you know, because the base is on it, it's a mock. Don't be frightened to comment in the box. Let me know what you think. Did you have any problems, or did yours just fly together 100 miles an hour? And then it's obviously me that's in the wrong. But I'll say it again. I don't think it is me. You know, I'm not having a pop. I'm not creating excuses. It is what it is. It looks pretty good. And we'll see what part 9 brings. And with that, like you say, if you like what you're seeing and hearing, if you like what I'm doing, which I hope you do, please drop us a like, hit that thumbs up button, drop some comments in the box like I said previously. That would always be nice. And if you eventually want to follow us on this journey, the last bag, part 9 of this Lord of the Rings Orc Tower, please click on that subscribe button. And for anybody who's watched this far, I know there's a few of you that do, thanks very, very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope that by the time we get back with the penultimate video, which will be obviously the last part 9 before the review, and it's still in one piece and it doesn't crash down into 1,000 pieces. Knowing my luck, it will. Now, but seriously, thanks for watching. You know what I'm going to say. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So here we are. Yes, we're into part 9, the final part, the final bags, and we've just done the one side of the tower of level 3, floor 3. Get my THs. Not real problems with the build. It was nice and small. Some nice little things inside, as you can see there. You have the sword, you have the shield with the handprint on, which is nice. Little barrel in the background. Nothing else really to see. Decoration with the, whatever you want to call them, horns maybe. And that's all I can say really. We're supposed to put this onto the tower and then build the following side, but what I'm going to do is build the other side as well, and then we can place the two on together to make it easier. So here we go, we've just finished the other side of the tower, and it's pretty similar. The interior is just a little bit different. You can see, look, there's 2 keys, if you can see. Then you've got some pipes and stuff, your barrels, as I said, and another little helmet that just, in fact, there's no tab or nothing, it just sits loose, which I think is a little bit poor. The same building techniques, pretty, no problems really, pretty simplistic. Follow the instructions, just brick on brick, build up. Even the archways and stuff was little archways, there wasn't a lot of business, not a lot of big ones. Easy enough. The horns here that you can see, which is looking pretty good. Side decoration. If I can get into the lights, you can just about see the side decoration, or front decoration I should say. There's one here and one there. You can just about see that if I get it in focus here. And as I say, no real problems at all. It looks good, and we're ready to mount to the tower, and then we will start with the final, I call it, I don't know, big ears, wings, whatever you want to call them, the things that go on top of the tower. So as you can see, they're both on. Let me just spin around a little bit The first one we did, the first side, that went on pretty easily, pushed on quick, no problem. When we came to do the second one, as in here, first of all, with the tower being shut, it wouldn't fit on at all, so I had to open the tower. No problem there. I opened the tower and eventually it managed to rock, and we've got it on to a certain extent. But if you look at that, look at the height difference. There's more than a few millimetres there. Now, if I can find it, there it is. There is the gap. That has got to be pushed down, but I don't think the tower can take it. So what I intend to do is build it up, get the things on top, then have a press, and if it shatters, so be it. But at least it's up to a certain extent. It's looking okay. Could look better, could look a lot worse. I'm not grumbling. It's on to a certain extent. Let's get that final top piece on and built. So we're starting the final part of the build, which is the last little, you could say it's the fourth floor really, but with the sort of high ears, or whatever you want to call them, at the top of the tower. And I just thought I'd show you basic base plate. You can see that nice and black underneath. We're just about to start to build on it, but I just wanted to show you what we was building on. So just another quick look at how the tower is coming together. I know it's hard to see with the black, but you can see the big long pieces, I hope. And there you can see that we've got the little claw things, as I call their cheesy slopes. And that's a better look of it actually, isn't it? With a light. But you can see there, you can just about see the purple in there. So 2x6. What the reason for that is I don't know, but there you go, we're starting to build up and around. So we've just made up a little platform, quite nice intricate little bits. I like the little angled decorations, these little that clip into whatever, you know. I think that will be for like the wings, the ears, whatever, we'll see. We're now going to mount that to that, and then I believe build on top again. And there you have it, the first two ears or spires or whatever you want to call it are complete. And a lovely little build this was. I'm going to just turn it around and just show you the detail there. There you go, you can see it a lot better. Look at the shape in there, really, really good. Nice building techniques, it's pretty solid, it's not going anywhere. Really, really good. We've got to apply the two of these now to the tower. Then there's two more to do, and I believe that is that. So let's get them fixed to the tower. Very quickly, you can just see these pieces here, the bricks with the little round things on. The two grey, and just connect to it and just click in. I thought, oh, and it's them absolutely beautiful. They just push in, click, click, and away we go. And I am impressed. I'll be back in a sec. So there you go, look at that. There's two more to make them on. It looks good. Once the other two are on, it's mounted to the tower, and that is that. Look at that. I mean, you could do with a better background, I admit with that, but I am so impressed. I've really enjoyed this little top build actually. It's been my favourite build of the entire tower. That's pretty bad, isn't it? So like I say, we've got two more of them to do. I don't know if there's another little bit on top or not. And then that is that. So onward we go. So there it is, the top of the tower is finished. The actual building part of the tower is finished. Yes, this piece does have to go on top of the tower, but the building as such is complete. The top's quite strange because it's just left flat like that. There's nothing that goes on top or anything like that. Just these ears or wings or tower points, turrets, whatever you want to call them, fins. Everything went together well, as I said. The other two fins that I've just made now to complete this part, no problems at all with it. Lovely little build. You can see, I hope there. I know it is hard. That's a bit better because you can just about see the bend and the definition. And you know, it is what it is. It looks what it is. We'll go into more detail when we reach the review about the entire build. So what I'm going to do now is mount this to the tower, just some final words, and then tomorrow you will all get the full review of this set. So there you have it. It is mounted, it is on the tower, it is done. And this is it. It's finished. It's a labour of love. You can see very quickly the size. I'm not going to go into detail here, as I said, because that will go down for the review. I will take you a little bit closer just so as I can spin the top section for you. It's hard for me. You can see this is what we've built, this is what's connected, and it's basically connected, sorry for getting in the shadow, just by 2 or 3 parts here on the one side of the tower. This is so the tower can open up and show the insides later. I must admit, like I've said, repeating myself, it has been an enjoyable, this has been the most enjoyable part of the build. There's been no problems with it, all the fins fitted on absolutely perfectly. No problems with the bricks or the connections, absolutely super duper. And that's it, that's the end of the build. We've got a lot to say in the review for tomorrow, but with that, that is the end of part 9 and the end of the build. If you like what you've been seeing and like what you've been hearing, if you've enjoyed the build and enjoyed my waffle, as I call it, please click that like, give us that thumbs up, drop a comment in the box what you think of the set, and if you want to follow us on to the review tomorrow and then on to whatever the next set may be, panless or not, then please click on that subscribe button. And with that, you know what I'm going to say. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Hello guys, and welcome to the review of Oak Tower from me, Square Ghost. Yes, it's finished and that is what it looks like. If you're wondering what the cardboard box is, I've just tried to blank it off from my monitor so you can get some definition of what it actually looks like rather than lose it in the blackness. This review is going to be quite blunt, quite brutal in places and quite good in others. Where to start really? Well, it was not what I thought it was. I bought this a long time ago, COVID times or just over COVID times. I bought a lot of mocks and different things and I fancied doing a Lord of the Rings set and I thought, you know, why not? And I actually thought, if I'm honest, this was a clone of the original Lego tower, Barad Dur. And of course, he bought it, came in the post, went straight up into the loft because I was doing other things at the time. And then recently I thought it's time to do the tower. And of course, when I got it down and got it out, the bags, you know, I looked at the manual, I showed you the manual, suddenly realised that it was not the Lego set at all. In fact, it had got a base, which you can see there, that the Lego tower has got no base whatsoever. Remember, I'm on about the original set, not the big Barad Dur set that's come out this year. And then in the original set there was Treebeard, a great big tree, like living tree with legs and stuff like that. That wasn't in the set, and as soon as I noticed that, then I knew it was a different set altogether. Not that that mattered. And so we started to build. And the first thing we built, we had to put our minifigs together. And here they were, and you can see that we have two wizards, big flying bird, and these are the orcs and the bad people. I believe one's Gandalf the Grey, and the other one I can't remember, which is pretty poor, but nevertheless it is what it is. The minifigs are okay. They're not the best, they're not Lego quality. As you can see, the red one's already got his hand missing, it fell off. I'm fed off of putting it in and it just falls out. It doesn't click into place basically. But remember again, this is a mock, it's not a Lego set. The bricks are definitely not Lego quality, so the minifigs are not going to be Lego quality. It is what it is. Once we did the minifigs, we then started on the base. Now, excuse me while I sit down. I will step away again later. You can see the base. We had great fun in doing it. I mean, this was really, really good, you know. Nice and solid to put the tower to build on. Funny thing with the coloured plates, there's some grey and there's some of that sandy colour, but really in the instructions you can't tell whether it's a sandy colour or a grey colour. Basically you, or I should say, you mix and match and put them wherever you want to. And that's what I tried to do. I tried to keep them in the same place. I tried to keep it as uniformed as possible. And there, the base, like I say, nice and solid, absolutely no problems at all. Then we went to the first section. Again, it went together okay. The insides went together okay. If you've watched the videos, then you will know a bit more in depth of each section. Everything, like I say, it was okay. The parts fitted, you did it in two halves, as in left side, right side, as you do all the way up the tower. And they fitted on this plate pretty good. I was quite surprised how steadfast and sturdy it was. It was solid, it was good. The insides were good, you can see the doors. And yes, it does open. I will open it in a minute, but I'm going to go all the way through the tower first. So once the ground floor was fitted, we then went to the second level, and if I'm honest, this is where we started to have our problems. We had, I'm sorry about the lighting here, it's not good. We had arch problems where things would just fall apart. You can see there is where the set opens and closes. That's the open and close. Does it push together any better? A little bit. There you go. That's it, basically because I moved the set. But the second floor, again, we had problems. It was okay building it, a little bit flimsy in places where if you built up, if you pushed on the wrong place, everything would cascade, break down and fall. And there was a point where at this section I really did think about throwing it in the bin and discontinuing, because it was absolutely dreadful. The quality, the brick quality, simply isn't Lego. And I will come to another thing in a minute and just say that the actual plates, the plates and the bricks do not fit together correctly. And what I mean by that is they're not to the millimeter or to the half millimeter. And when you put the set together, it does make a difference, because you can't seat things in the right places. Now, we just about managed to seat the second part, the first floor, on top of the ground floor, which was fine. Then we went up to the third level, and here again we had the same problems. The build of the third level was definitely better than that of the second level. I can't moan about the actual build of this was fine. Again, it wasn't quite as flimsy as the first floor, basically because I knew where to push, and I think that is an important thing. I think if you push in the wrong area, like I say, well, at one point, especially in the second floor, I had a cascade failure where it all came tumbling down, and I had to put it together. But in saying that, it was all okay. It fitted on. It certainly was not level. It wasn't level across here. There is a slight difference, but it is what it is. Like I say, it's a mock, and I battled down and said, come on Kev, you've got to do it. And once that was on, it was time for this next level, and it is that there, which again, it was okay, it was fine, it fitted on perfectly well. We built this section up, if I can get my finger right here, this bottom section. That was a nice joy to build, where out of all the sections I think it went together. It didn't exactly, it did press on in certain places, but it was so uneven in other places, it was scary. But we did manage to get it on. That was that. And then finally, to finish off, we have these beautiful top of the tower, the ears, the whatever you want to call them, the spikes, the spires. I don't know what you're going to say, but I enjoyed it. Out of all the lot, this is the part I enjoyed the most. The actual spires just click into place absolutely brilliantly, no worries. When I came to place it on top, it sticks onto the one position, as I said in this particular video gone back, part 9. And it sits fine and it's great. And it is what it is. That was a lovely build. It was well worth it and I enjoyed it. So you have now all 9 parts. That is what it looks like. Now, I'm going to switch back to the other vision in a minute, because I don't know if it will work or not. If it comes out sideways, then it is what it is. But I'm just trying to show you the actual size of this thing. Now, my friend Brick Easy, who's got his own channel on here, it's worth a watch if anybody's listening, he's always asking me about the length and the width, the height, all these sort of things, and I always forget. So for my friend and for anybody else who is interested, I'm going to give you some sizes, and I am reading from the back of the instruction manual. So we have a height of 76 centimeters. So I'm saying it's round about 2.5 foot in height, maybe a little bit more. We have a width of 42 centimeters, which is about 1.5 foot. And that's just rough. absolutely, there you go. There is the manual. Sorry for the bent corner. To be honest, that was how it came. Number of bricks, if I remember rightly, and again I could be wrong because it's been a long time since I bought it. I did do a bit of research and I tried to find it online to see if anybody was actually selling this version, and I couldn't find it, and I tried 3 or 4 different online shops. So it's obviously a little bit old, as I say, 2, 3, maybe even 4 years old. But I'm assuming, and I'm guessing here, like I say, it was 9 bags of multiple bricks, multiple bags of 9. You know what I mean, don't you? There's 3 or 4 bags in each section, as in 4 of bags 1, 4 of bags 2, and so on, and more bags. There has got to be 3,000, 3,500 bricks in this set. There has got to be that. I do like how you can see the door there into the tower. I think that looks really nice. You've got the torches, the flames of the outside. You've got the steps that work into the tower. All in all, it is what it is. It looks brilliant. And I'm now going to open up so as you can see the inside. So there you are. I've managed to open it up as far as it goes. We'll start from the ground floor up, and I think I showed you before, you know, there's some nice features. You can see the skull, the bones. We've got some boxes and other things. There's a goblet in the next level, you can see there. There's the 2 doors, the other side of the 2 doors. A little table that's there. Little white figurines there with a torch, as you can see. We go up to the next level. You know, there's like the, I think that's supposed to be the eye. There's a nice red couch there that you can just about see. I know it's not the best lighting. We've got the orange orb there with other things. We go up again. We've got the torches. We've got a helmet. We've got, again, more torches. Yeah, it looks absolutely what it is. And then the final floors, as you saw, we've got like little benches. We've got the little torches again. Look at the back. We've got another helmet, some things. It is an actual printed hand of the shield. And then you've got like the sword or cleaver, whatever you want to call it, as well as the benches. So that's nice. There was supposed to be stickers with this set. All I can say is I haven't got them in the bag now. If I removed them when they originally come, it's a possibility. I don't remember doing it. So again, I'm not going to accuse anybody. It could be myself. You know me by now. I'll hold my hands up if I think I've done something wrong, or if you do and it turns out. I'm not one of them type of people to say, oh no, this. No, I'm not a master builder. I do this for enjoyment. I hope that anybody who is watching this is enjoying the builds, enjoying how I try to review, just in case that you find one of these sets and you don't know whether you're thinking of buying it or not. Is it worth it? What was the price? The price, to be honest, very quickly about the price, I think it was round about £65, no more than £70. Now, if you think £70 for a 3,500 piece set, or round about that, it's definitely 3,000 pieces plus. It's damn good. And you know the price of Barad Dur for, you know, the big Lego set that's just come out. Yes, I think it's going to be a lot taller than this, but it's going to be on a similar sort of build. I think it's out on one end. It doesn't shut like this does. I do like how it shuts and opens. I think that's a very big positive. So for price, it was brilliant. And it was just picking the right time to build it, which I did, as I said, and away we went. So I'm going to shut it up again now and then sum up for this review. So there it is shut. You definitely need two hands to shut it, otherwise it's there. As I say, from here upwards it is not exactly level. I believe it's down to the bricks, the quality of bricks and the plates. Again, it could be me. You know, like I say, I'm not a master builder, but I followed the plans to the absolute, you know, level. I've double checked and treble checked in certain cases. It's together, as you can see, which is brilliant, which I'm really chuffed about. But it is what it is. It's been stressful in places because of the collapses of the second and third sections. Especially the second section really that was when everything went to pot, and I was not impressed really. I really wasn't. But we continued, we got our heads down, and we have finished it. And like I say, with that really is the end of this review. If you like what you're watching, if you like what you're listening, and it's been informative as best as I can be informative, please give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, and please don't be frightened to drop some comments in the box. It's interesting. I'd like to hear from other people who've actually built this set. I mean, I can't actually I've got it down. If on the actual bag itself, it does say Oak Tower. Now, the actual manual, if you look, I've showed you before on there, it just says it's just called Lord of the Rings, full stop. So whether it is Oak Tower or what I'm assuming it's Barad Dur, of course, but they don't call it Barad Dur, whether that's because of copyright reasons, I don't know. But it is, again, I'm going to say it again, it is what it is. Now, finally, the next set, we're still not sure what it's going to be. There is a good chance it will be a panelist set if I can find it. I've done one panelist set before that was not, well, the channel wasn't going when I did it. So it'll be interesting to do a panelist set and see what the quality's like, what the set's like, and everything else. And if you want to follow us on the continuing journey of Square Ghost, then please click on that subscribe button. And with that, you've heard my voice enough. I'm sure you'll be thinking, oh my God, shut up, Kev, this is doo-doo. I hope it's not doo-doo. I hope I've been as informative as I possibly can. I do try. If you can think of any ways of me making these videos more interesting, or anything that I should put in or not put in, at least I put the sizes in now, brick easy, the measurements, then please drop a comment in that box and just say Kev this, Kev that, whatever, and if I can, you know I will. Thank you anybody who's watched this far. I appreciate every view that I get. You know, any likes I get, any comments I get, and like I say, I don't mind criticism that is criticism to improve myself. I think everybody's learning, everybody needs to slowly but surely. You never stop learning, do you? I mean, and this set has been another learning curve for me in regards to non-Lego, as in that sort of set where the quality of brick just isn't quite there, in my opinion. Like I say again, I will repeat myself one more time. Thank you anybody who've watched this far. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the next build, which will be coming when you watch this tomorrow. You know the drill. My name's Kev. Oh yes, it is. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.